Hi there, this is Bonnie from Bonnie Bars. Today I'm going to show you how to make bath bombs. It's a really simple project. You can do it with kids, you can do it with stuff that you can get from the grocery store. It's really simple. So I've already pre-measured 1 cup of baking soda, and I just use regular Arm & Hammer baking soda, and a half a cup of citric acid, which I had to buy online in bulk because it's a little bit expensive to buy from the grocery store. So you're going to do a 2-to-1 ratio just like that. You can use 2 cups of baking soda and 1 cup of citric acid, and you really don't want to go any bigger than that because it's hard to make large batches of bath bombs. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this in a bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my latex-free gloves because I don't know who my customers are. They might be allergic to latex. I'm always trying to be aware of allergies, any kind of allergies that people have. So these are latex-free gloves. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix this and try to get the clumps out of it. Like this clump right here, you don't want those because that's going to create what we call warts in our bath bombs, and it won't make it very smooth. And there's a technique where you can put the citric acid and the baking soda in between your hands and rub it, and that'll get the clumps out. And you don't need to wear a mask or anything like that. There's a little bit of dust that comes out of this that may make your eyes a little bit sore, or kind of feels like lemon juice a little bit in your mouth, but it's not too bad. So we're just going to go ahead and mix this up. That looks pretty good. And alright, and then what you're going to do, I add oils to my bath bombs. I usually put some glycerin in there, some vegetable glycerin, and some sweet almond oil. Sometimes I put shea butter or cocoa butter in there, but we're not going to do that today because I'm making half bath bombs, which you don't always have to use in a bath. You can put them in the edge of a shower so that the water kind of barely touches it, and it'll give off that scent in the shower. So not everyone wants to use them for baths, so I don't really need to put shea butter or cocoa butter in there this time. And so I got my vegetable glycerin, which is actually brand new. I'm going to go ahead and open it. And this is just good for softening and moisturizing your skin. It's a good protective oil for wrinkles, like anti-aging, things like that. And we don't need to, measure it. Maybe about two teaspoons or a teaspoon of this. And then we've got our sweet almond oil, which is very nourishing for the skin. It holds in moisture, and if you use it in soap, it helps make the soap a little bit harder. I'm just going to go ahead and mix this in as well. Try to get the clumps out. This will help make the bath bomb a little bit hard. I'll show you how to make it even harder in a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and mix this in to the point where I think it's pretty well mixed in. And that looks about good. Alright, what I'm going to do for the scent now is I have a little sample scent pack that I got from Brambleberry, and I made soap the other day with the relaxing fragrance oil, and I have just enough left to put in bath bombs. And how do you know how much scent to put in bath bombs? They pretty much smell as strong as when you make them. So you don't want to put too much in. You want to start with a little bit off at a time and then slowly put more in. But they're going to smell about the same when they're finished drying as they do when you put the fragrance in. And I've just got, this is just a little relaxing, and there's a little bit left, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest in there. Alright. And if that's not enough, I've got lilac next to me. I'll add some lilac fragrance oil to go with the relaxing. And that should be a good combination. Just gonna go ahead and mix this in. And you can go ahead and, you know, smell it. It's going to smell, like I said, smell the same about when it's dry than when you're making it. To me, that actually smells pretty strong, so I don't know if I'm going to put the lilac in. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and skip the lilac. That was enough fragrance oil for this. Now you just got to work it to the consistency that you need it. The right consistency is about when you know, grab a little clump and you squish it together. It should stay kind of just like that and not fall apart. I usually clump it and I drop it, and if it crumbles, I need some more oil or liquid in it. And a lot of places don't tell you to spray water into it because it sets off the reaction. I do this because I think that setting off the reaction just enough, just a little bit, helps hold the bath bomb together and make it a little bit harder. So I've got a fine spray mister just with water in it. And I'm going to go ahead and spray maybe 2 squirts of that in here, just to get this right consistency. And then the colorant that I'm going to put in here is a liquid soap colorant that's water-based, so that should also help to make it a little bit harder. And we're going to make it a kind of turquoise, bluish, greenish color. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. This is what it looks like in the bottle. I'm just going to go ahead and open that and add maybe 3 or 4 drops to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's bubbling a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that in. This liquid colorant tends to give the bath bombs little speckles when they're dry, but it's not anything to make the bath bomb any worse. It actually gives it a little bit of texture and look to it, I think. So I don't really have a big problem with it. This is a nice cool blue color, which I kind of wanted to go with my relaxing. I wanted a cool color instead of like a warm color, like a red or an orange. Try to, you know, simulate the color with this fragrance. Alright. So that's pretty well mixed. And also with color, it's going to be about the same color when you're making it as it is when it's done. That's a nice blue color. And this is a good consistency. It's pretty hard and it doesn't break when I drop it. So we're going to go ahead and put these into forms. And like I said, I'm doing half bath bombs. I get these at just Michael's or any other craft store. They're little ornaments that you can, you know, put stuff into and then shut it, and it's a ornament for the Christmas tree, but they're perfect for this. Perfect size. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to put it in here and just compact it very tightly, just pressing down. And since I'm making half bath bombs, I want to kind of make the top as flat as I can without any like fingerprints into it. So this looks about right. I'm going to go ahead and pop it out. And it should be fairly easy to pop out. If it's not, then your mixture isn't wet enough. You need to add a spray or 2 of water. So I'm going to flip it over on my hand like this and squeeze this bath bomb, the plastic a little bit, and it should just pop out like that. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my cutting board. And these will take about maybe 12 hours to dry enough so that you can use them. You can actually use them right away if you want to. I wouldn't sell them right away because they're not hard enough to transport. That's the main issue. After about 24 hours, they should be fairly hard. That's part of the reason I picked up this hobby as well as soap making, because it's a little bit faster, and I'm not always a patient person, so I like fast crafts. Whereas soap has to take, you know, about 4 to 6 weeks to cure. This takes about a day. And then I can, it's almost like a filler for me on Etsy, because I try to update my, I try to relist or renew something every day, and I don't always have a soap ready, but I can make these the day before and put them up the next day, and they're ready to go, just so people can see my site and see an item. And this should make, If you were making regular bath bombs, like complete spherical bath bombs, this should make about 3, and you might have some left over to make bath salts if you wanted. You would just take the leftovers and add some Epsom salt and some regular sea salt, and then mix it together, and you'd have a great bath salt. And you can sell those as well on Etsy. But right now we're making half bath bombs, so I'm going to probably make about 4, maybe 5, and have some left over. This is working out great. Let's see, I might just have enough. Should be perfect. Yeah, looks like I am. And when I'm adding fragrances, I try to shy away from making anything that's supposed to be like energizing or, you know, stuff that you'd usually use in the morning, because I tend to think that people don't take baths in the morning. It's more of a nighttime thing before you go to bed. So I try to use like relaxing scents or scents that'll help you go to sleep. Yeah, it looks like I have just enough. One for me. And that's how you make bath bombs. So I hope you learned something new. It's pretty simple, and you can do lots of things with them. You can split it and make the colors different and then add like a swirl if you wanted to, and I'll probably do another demonstration of that later in a different video. But anyway, this is Bonnie with Bonnie Bars, and I will see you later.